friends, how are you? I hope you all are doing great today. My name is Renu Rathi and today we will be learning our very interesting topic, that is large numbers up to crores. Now in this chapter we will learn about what we have learnt earlier: numbers, place value chart, national and international value of system, comparing the two digits like the place value and the face value. Then we will round off the whole numbers and then the Roman numerals. Now let's start with let us do. We have to write the standard numeral and its number name in the Hindu-Arabic system for the following. One has been done for you. So this one has been done for you as it is 24,03,118. The next one will be 818, that is 30,818, and that's how we can complete the remaining part. Now let's start with numbers. We have learned about numbers having 1 digit to 6 digits in the previous classes. Now let's study about the numbers who has more than 6 digits. Now we know that the greatest 5-digit number is 99,999, and we know that the similarly smallest 6-digit number is 1 lakh. Greatest 6-digit number is, largest 6-digit number is this, and when we add 1 to this, it becomes largest smallest 7-digit number, that is 10 lakh. Now if we start reading from 10 lakh and proceeding further, we read it as like this, and when we add the greatest 7-digit number to the 1, then we get the smallest 8-digit number that can be read as 1 crore. Now let's look at the place value chart. This is our place value chart according to the Indian system. Here is ones, thousand, lakhs and crores. In ones we have ones, tens, hundred. In thousands we have 1,000, 10,000, lakh, 1 lakh, 10 lakh, and in crores we have 1 crore, 10 crores. Now we know that, for example, this number is our 9-digit number and we read it as 78 crore 57 lakhs 56,253. Now from the place value chart we can find that it is increasing 10 times from ones to crores. Now let's look at the Indian system of numeration. The place value chart gives us here counting of numbers under the Indian system of numeration, and in this system we will learn to write place values in the tabular form. So here are our periods and here are our, that is ones, thousand, lakhs and crores, and here are our numbers, and here is our place value of all numbers, that is 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh, 1 crore and 10 crores. Now let's look at reading and writing of numbers. Now first period in the above table have 3 places, that is our ones period. The next period have 2 places, that is thousand period. Next period again have 2 places, lakh period, and similarly the next crore has 2 places, and we separate the periods by putting a comma. Always remember the ones period consists of 3 places and each of the next period consists of 2 places only. Now let's look at example number 1. We have to read the following numbers and write them in words. So the first number can be read as 9 crore 32 lakh 54,282, and similarly the second number can be read as 63 crore 57 lakh 25,399. Now let's look at the place value chart of this number. Here we have written them according to the place value table, that is in crores, crore column, that is our lakh period, again thousand period, and that is our ones period. Now let's look at the international system of numeration. Now we know that the British system is called the international system, and in this only 3 periods, that is ones, thousand and millions, are used to group first 9 places, and these places are grouped in 3 periods, and hence all the digits of this period are read together except the ones that is read along with them. Now let's look at the places in the various period are given below, that is ones period, thousand period and millions period. In the thousand it is 1,000, 10,000 and 100,000, and in millions it is millions, 10 millions and 100 millions. Now let's look at example. In this we have to rewrite the numbers separating the digit in periods using the place value chart. So here first 3, then 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2. In the next one we have to use the international system of numeration and write the numbers name each of the following numerals. So In international numeration, we will separate the period into 3 numbers. First 3, second 3, 3, 3. So it can be read as 532,572,819. Next one can be read as 285,323,259. Now let's look at the comparing the two systems, how we can compare the Indian system of numeration with the international system of numeration. Let's understand it better with the help of our examples. Here is our comparison of numerals. Here is the Indian system, here is the international system, and here we have put them according to the Indian as well as international place value chart. Now let's look at the comparison of number names that we have done in the previous one. So it can be read as 81,52,53,632. Similarly, it can be read as 92,54,54,721. It can be read as 815,253,635 in international, and the next one in international system can be read as 925,454,721. Now let's look at exercise 2.1. In the first part, we have to choose the correct option and fill in the OMR sheet correctly. The numeral 483,228,632. 632. So this one is our correct answer. Now in the next one, we have to write the numeral for each of the following numbers. So it can be written as 582,002,005. That's how we can complete the remaining ones. In the next one, we have to write the number names using the national system of numeration and international system of numeration. So according to the Indian system of numeration, it will be separated with 2. So the first one can be read as 67,56,28,331, and according to the international system of numeration, it can be read as 675,628,331. That's how we can complete the remaining ones. Now in these one, how many thousands make 1 lakh? So 1 lakh is equals to ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000, lakh. 100,000 make 1 lakh. Next is our place value of a digit. So every digit in a numeral has two values, that is face value and the place value or local value. So the place value of a digit depends upon its position that it occupies in the number, and it is given by place value is equals to the face value into value of the place. Now for example, in this number the digit 8 is at 1 lakh place. So its place value is given by 8 lakh. Of course, its face value is 8. Now always remember, numbers who do not have place values, the digit in the number have place values. Each place in the numbers has 10 times the value of digits on its right. So the place value of 0 at any place is always 0. Now let's look at example number 4. We have to find the place value of all these digits. First one, place value is always the same number, 10 crores. In the second one it is 8 crore. In the next one it is 5 lakh, 7 lakh. In the next one we have 70,000, then we have 5,000, and then we have 300. After 300 we have 90 and then 5. Now let's look at example number 5. We have to find this in expanded form. So for the expanded form, we write it as 90 crore, 5 crore plus 70 lakh plus 8 lakh plus 20,000 plus 5,000 plus 200 plus 30 plus 6. Now let's start with exercise 2.2. In the first one, we have to match the underlined digits with their place value. So in this one it is ones, tens, 100, 1,000, 10,000, lakh. So we can write it as 5 lakh matches with the third one. That's how we can complete the remaining one. Now in the next one, we have to fill in the blanks. 10 million is equals to 1 crore. Now in the next one, we have to write the place value of 5 in each of the following numerals. So here the 5 is here, so it can be, the place value of this 5 is 50 lakh. That's how we can complete the fourth one. Now in the fifth one, we have to write each of the following in the compact or reduced form. So this is 5, 40,000, this is 2 crore and this is 30 crore. So it is 32 crore 40,005. That's how you can complete the remaining ones. Now let's start with comparing numbers. We have already learned in the previous classes that numbers are compared by the place value of the digits. Now we shall follow the same rules for the comparison of bigger numbers. Now let's start with the rule number 1. It is so simple that the number with more digits is greater than the number with less digits. Now similarly in the second one, if two numbers have the same digit, then we will compare their extreme left. Then again we will continue their extreme left until the digits are different. Now let's understand it better with the help of our example. We have to compare these digits. Now we know that both the numbers have 6 digits. First number same, second number again same, third, fourth same. Now but in the fourth one we have 0 and in here we have fourth one 2. So that means we know that 2 is greater than 0, so that means right one is greater than the left one. Now let's look at example number 7. We have to compare these digits. Now we will comparing until we get the different digits. First one same again, second term is also same, third is same, fourth is same, fifth one here is 6 and here is 5, and we know 6 is greater than 5, so that means left one is greater than the right number. Now here we can apply the same method for comparing more than two numbers. After that these numbers can be arranged either in ascending order or in descending order. Now for example, we have to form the greatest and the smallest number with the digits 5, 6, 9, 0, 2 and 1. Now the greatest digit that can be formed is 9,65,210 and the smallest digit that can be formed is 1,02,569. Now let's start with exercise 2.3. In the first one we have to compare these digits and tell whether which one is greater one. So the right one is greater. That's how we can complete the remaining part. In the next one we have to insert commas and arrange the following in ascending order. So firstly we will insert the commas. Inserting the commas again. So this is our first digit, that is the smaller one. After that the second smaller one digit is this, then third this, and the fourth one smaller digit is this. That's how we can arrange the remaining part. In the next one we have to insert the commas and we have to arrange the following digits in the descending order. Now let's firstly insert the commas. Firstly 3, then 2 and then 2. Now the first greatest digit among all these is this, then the second greatest, the third greatest, and this is our fourth, that is smaller one. That's how you can complete the remaining ones. Now in the next one we have to find the greatest and the smallest number by using the given digits only once. So when we use these digits, the smallest digit that can be formed is 2, 0, 5, 6, 7, 9. This is our smallest one, and the greatest one that can be formed by this is 9, 7, 6, 5, 2, 0. That's how you can complete the remaining part. Now let's look at the project work. You have to complete the bank account number of your family members, and we first write the 9 digits of the numbers in Indian system and then in international system. Now let's look at rounding whole numbers. Sometimes in our daily life we come across such situations where we do not get exact number. In such cases appropriate numbers to a problem is enough. Now for example, the number of students in a section is 48, so we can say around 50 students. Now the exact strength of students in your school is 1292, so we can say around 1300 students in your school. Now the population of a district as per census is this, so we can say it as around this in thousands, around this in 10,000, around this in lakh, and around this in crores. Now from the above examples, we conclude that in example number 1, we have rounded off 48 to 50, that means rounded off to the nearest 10. Now in example 2, we have rounded off it to nearest 100, that is 1300. Now in the next one, third one, we have rounded off this to the nearest 1000. In this one, we have rounded off this to nearest 10,000, that is 2 crore 88,000. 88 lakh 80,000. In the next one, we have rounded off this to nearest lakh, and when we round it off to the nearest lakh, it becomes 90 lakh. And when we round it off this to nearest 10 lakh, it becomes 2 crore 90,000. And we rounded off it to nearest crore, then it becomes 3 crore. So this is how we round off the numbers. Now let's start with rounding off numbers. Let's look at the working rules. What are the rules that we have to learn? Now when we round off a given number to a required place, we consider the digit just right to the required place. Now if a digit is 5 or more than 5, then the digit at one's place is increased by 1 and all the other digits becomes zeros. Now if the digit is less than 5, then the digit at required place remains the same and all other digit of the right side becomes 0. Now for example, 43 rounded off to 40, 472 to 500, this one becomes to 3000 in nearest 1000, this changes to 20,000 in nearest 10,000, this one changes to 8 lakh up to nearest lakh, this number changes to 60 lakh in nearest 10 lakh when we round it off, and when we round it off this number, it becomes 3 crore up to the nearest crores. Now let's look at example number 11. We have to round it off these numbers to the nearest 10. So we know that 8 is greater than 5, so that changes to 60. 73 changes to 70 in nearest 10. 25 midway to 20 and 30, so it will round it off to 30. Now in the next one, we have to round it off to the nearest 100. So 345, we know that it is less than 5, so that changes to 300. 8 greater than 5, so changes to 700. 7 greater than 5, so changes to 800. Now next is we have to change them to the nearest lakh and 10 lakh. So when we change it to lakh, so for rounding it off this, we consider 8 is greater than 5. So it will changes to 25 crore 75 lakh. Now similarly, we have to change this to nearest 10 lakh, as we know 4 is less than 5, so that means the digit will remain same. So it will become 2 crore 57 lakh. Now let's start with exercise 2.4. In the first one, we have to correct the choose the correct option, MCQs. Now in the first one, which one is nearest 10 of 489? So the nearest 10 of 489 is 490. That's how we can complete the remaining ones. Now in this one, we have to round it off to the nearest 10, so it becomes 30. We have to round it off it to the nearest 100, so it becomes 300. Rounded off to the nearest 1000, so it becomes 5000. We have to round it off to the nearest 10,000, so that becomes 80,000. That's how you can complete the remaining part. Now let's start with Roman numerals. Numerals up to 39. Now in the previous classes, we have learned the Roman numerals from 1 to 39. Roman numerals up to 39 can be formed by using only 3 symbols, that is I, V and X. Now 4 can be written as 1 less than 5, that is 1V. Now 9 can be written as 10 minus 1, that is IX. Now 6 can be written as 5 plus 1, that is VI, and 11 can be written as 10 plus 1, that is XI. Now always remember, I can be subtracted from X and V only once, and V is never subtracted. Now with the help of the rules above, we have write the Roman numerals from 1 to 39. Here is our Roman numerals from 1 to 39. Now let's look at example number 9. We have to express these in Hindu or Arabic numeral. Now IV can be written as 5 minus 1, 4. This can be written as 19. Triple XVI can be written as 36. Double XIX can be written as 29. Now here we have to write them in Roman numerals. 19 can be written as XIX. 27 double XV double I. 25 double XV. 23 double X triple I. Now let's look at the numerals above 39. Now to make the Roman numerals more than 39, we use the following symbols: L for 50, D for 500, C for 100 and M for 1000. Now 30 can be written as triple X, 40 XL, 50 L, 60 LX, 70 L double X, 80 L triple X, 90 XC, 100 C, 110 CX, 150 CL, 200 double C, 400 CD, 500 D, D double C, 800 D triple C, 900 can be written as CM and 1000 as M and 1100 as MC. Now the rule is so simple that X can be subtracted from L and C only once, C can be subtracted from D and M only once, and like V, both L and D are never subtracted. Now there is another symbol called bar and it is placed over a numeral which shows that the number multiplied by 1000, that is Vx, stands for 5000 and 10,000 respectively. Now thus we have 79 as L double XIX, 97 as XCV double I, 145 as CXLV, 299 as double CXCIX, 248 as double CXLV triple I, 335 can be written as triple C triple XV. Now in the same way we can change Roman numerals also. 30 as triple X, IX as 9 and XL as 40. Now in Hindu-Arabic numerals, M double CXVI can be written as 1216 and double CXLV double I can be written as 247. So in Roman numerals we have expanded it and then we have arranged it according to the Indian place value chart. Now let's look at exercise 2.5. In the first one we have to choose a correct option. The Roman numeral 427 is second option is the correct answer. That's how we can complete the remaining part. Now in the next one we have to write the Roman numerals for 13, so that can be written as X triple I. In the next one we have to write it in the Hindu-Arabic numerals, so the first one is 6. In the next one we have to place the correct symbol equal to or not equals to provided, so this one is 28 and this is equals to. In the next one we have to write them as Roman numerals, so that can be written as double XI. In the next one we have to write them as Hindu-Arabic numerals, the same one, and in the next one we have to tell them which one is greater. So obviously triple XVI is greater than 16. Now let's look at the think tank. In the first one, 1 million is equals to 100,000. D option is the correct answer. In the next one we have to write, fill in the blanks, 1 crore is equals to 100 lakh. In the next one we have to match the following column A with the column B, so the first one is 400. That's how we can complete the remaining part. Now next is our maths puzzle. Here you have to follow the path and start the maths puzzle. Begin the puzzle at the start, follow the route of one of the arrows, every time add up the number and you move on to the way to finish. Now you have to give answer that there are two routes which make a total of 50. Can you find them? Which are the two routes that make a total of 50 that you have to find out? So here 15, 14, 15 plus 5 is 20, 14 plus 8 is not 20. Now in this one we have 11 and 9, that is 20, and 16 plus 12, that is 8 plus 28. So it's not also 50. That's how you have to find all of the numbers that can make us 50. In the mental math we have to fill in the blanks. 100,000 is equals to 10 lakh. Now in the project work, fill in the blanks with the Roman numerals. I play 4, you can write 3 hours. That's how we can complete the remaining part. Now let's look at the activity zone. We have told that a palindrome number is a one which is the same when read from right to left or from left to right. So this is our palindrome number according to the, what will be the number name according to the international system. So it will be 123,454,321. That's how we can complete the remaining one. Now let's look at the code. Find the smallest 9-digit number. Smallest 9-digit number is 10 crores. Now I hope you have understood the chapter pretty well. You just have to practice the exercise questions and don't forget to revise this topic again.